Hello, today is my last day in Taiwan. After 7 years, it hasn't been an easy couple of weeks, but I think I've gotten through it quite okay. Goodbyes have been said to people and myself. It's been a lot of me time walking around, just taking it all in. I came to Taiwan alone. I'm leaving with such a community and a bunch of friends. And I don't want to go on and on about it because like people do this all the time. So yeah, just on a personal level, like the chapter that Taiwan has been for me and like the peace and safety and space that this country has given me to grow, and I'm just forever grateful, and I've just had the best 7 years. Like I couldn't have asked for anything more out of it. But yeah, today is my last day, and I'm always thinking that these need to be like fat loss nutrition focused. I'm not really doing YouTube to make vlogs about my life or my personal life, but I think it's possible to share both. So yeah, I'm just gonna head out now for the day. I still have a couple of things left to do at home, and I do want to do 2 or 3 hours of work. But it's around 9 a.m. now, and my flight is at 5, 7, 8. My taxi's at 5. So yeah, I'm gonna head out now, and then like I will be eating a few different bits for my last coffees in Taipei, my last meal in Taipei. So I'll take you along there anyways. And if any of you follow me on Instagram, I've been doing like a 2 month fat loss phase, which I do think, like I honestly think I can say like my fat loss phases are over. Like I've said that a couple times in the past few months. Like my work here is done. Like I definitely will do little bits again. Like, I think whoever, no matter who you are, if you have a social life and a busy life, weight fluctuates. I'll head home for the summer now. I will stay at maintenance. Maybe I'll do another 3 or 4 weeks at some point. You know what I mean? But like I I would like to think the majority of it's over, and not to make it sound like it's so negative. I generally actually quite love the process because it is what I do for a living as well. So it's always really nice to like actually do it again. But yeah, I saw one of my new lowest weights ever, 85.1. I saw that like 2 or 3 days ago, and now the past 2 or 3 days have been very social for me, so it quickly disappeared. But I know it's there. So that's lovely. And I suppose it had a little bit more of like a personal depth to it, like finishing up in Taiwan, pretty much the lowest weight I've ever been. I know that might sound like ridiculous to be like, don't be emotionally attached to the scales. But here I am emotionally attached, but it's just a bit different. Like that scales once showed me 110 kg, and now it's showing me 85. So feeling good, feeling happy. But whatever I eat today, I mean, I'm not going to go send it, and that's the key point. It's not like, oh, fat loss phase is over and now I can go eat what I want. I'm still going to eat mindfully because I want to feel well. I came to Taiwan 7 years ago, 25 kg heavier, but not just that, a lot. I was very, very mentally, like I was struggling a lot, and I don't open up about that too much because it's just not really not my place, and it's just, that's for my close friends and family and stuff, but it was a hard time. And just to be coming out the other side of this with the community that I have, and a community that I've been lucky enough to even help build with the Taiwan Kels. Now, spent the past 2 years here growing a business, like getting permanent residency in Taiwan allowed me to do that, to grow the business, to be now leaving at a place where my business and my personal life is better than ever. And it's all a bit mad, the difference in the past 7 years. Like I was a shell of myself 7 years ago, and now we're moving on to another chapter. Who knows where that is? That's to be confirmed. But yeah, okay, time to go to my favorite park for my favorite walk, get one of my favorite coffees, and we're done. I've lived beside this park for 5 years, and I would say pretty much every morning I have walked this exact route to go to the gym, and I just found such a peace in this park. Like, obviously Taipei is a massive city, a lot of people, millions, but when I'm in this park, like, I just find such peace, and I'm always posting the palm trees on my like Instagram. Like, honestly, my favorite place in the world, hands down. Like, it just, if those trees could talk. Like, Taiwanese parks are so special in the morning, Asian parks are so special in the morning, and to be honest, I'm a bit later than I'd like today. Usually I would be here a good bit earlier, and like, just all the old people like doing their morning exercise. But I'm sure I will find something today, something wholesome, because honestly, few things more wholesome than a Taiwanese park in the morning. I always feel weird videoing. Well, actually, not that I always feel weird, I never have videoed them until about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, can I video ye? Because like, they're just so tranquil when you're watching them. And they were like, of course. So I don't feel as weird about it as I used to. I'm only getting started. No, honestly, like, there's different cohorts all around the park, and the earlier you come, the more there are. But like, sometimes they all wear like different colours, but like matching colours in their different cohorts. So cute. One time they asked me to join. I was just like, I did Tai Chi back in the day in college when I had to study. Like, we were doing like Chinese culture and stuff, and let's just say it's not my forte. I'd rather watch and learn. I love this place so much. Like, I remember that tree being planted. I remember, because I literally notice, I feel like when there's something different in the park, I notice it because I walk here all the time. But I remember that tree being like yay high. And look at you now. But like, this park has definitely taught me why there are people out there who hug trees. Because more times than I'd like to admit, I've been walking along like, what a beautiful tree. I would love to just give it a hug, but I feel like maybe I should for old time's sake. Okay, I'm really like, this wasn't supposed to be a tree vlog, but every tree in Taiwan has a QR code on it, which you can scan and find out like all about the tree, but not just about like the species of the tree. You can find out when that tree was planted, the exact height it is, like its life story essentially. And that's because every tree in Taiwan has like a carer. So there's like volunteers who come and they check the tree maybe once a week or so, make sure it has no diseases, nothing like that. I often see them bopping around going tree to tree. And I know that there's a shortage of tree carers. So like, right now I think there's over 180 trees per tree carer, and they're like overwhelmed, guys. But I tried to sign up, but because I'm not in the country, like I wouldn't be able to commit, you know, the past 2 or 3 years. I haven't been here as much as I used to be, and being a foreigner, it was just pretty tough to sign up. These are the ones that feature on my Instagram a stupid amount of times, but like, I can't explain how many times I have just sat under those trees and thunk and come to realizations. I stretch there, I meditate there. I just, as I said, if these trees could talk. As I said, we're going to go to the bank first. I need to close a bank account, but I also need to exchange money because I got the deposit back for my apartment last night, and leaving the country with all that Taiwan dollars is not really a good idea. So I'm going to go exchange that to euro. Probably going to get shafted, but that's okay. But I thought I might show you 1,000 Taiwan dollars while we're here. So 1,000 Taiwan dollars is like their biggest note, and it's the equivalent of about 27 euro. When I came here, it used to be like 30 euro, and now it's changed that much. 1,000 Taiwan dollars. There's birds on one side and little kiddies in school on the other. I need to go exchange all of this money into yo-yos, and then I'm going to order my coffee. And every time people come to visit me, they love hearing me speak Chinese, so I'll put on a show. They're the ones I'm kind of friends with. I'm such a creep, like in the trees videoing them. But they're the ones who said I can video them a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to sneak away now before they see me, because then I'm going to have to tell them I'm leaving Taiwan forever and I can't be dealing with these goodbyes. Like, oh, 我要还钱。台币的还是外币？我要还台币到欧元，谢谢。
这边是17600，我找你300块。
好。
6，但这边只有470欧元，只有17343，17300。
嗯哼。
对，所以我找你300块。
但是如果要换这个的话，
要换的话，你有多带钱吗？没有，那就是那边没有办法换，因为我们最少是10块钱。OK，
我去吃个饭好了。
可以。
谢谢。
你是今天就要离开吗？
对，今天晚上。That went surprisingly smoothly, because usually banks in Taiwan as a foreigner, if you know, you know. That's a little errand run for today. Okay, time for my first coffee, because it's 10 a.m. and it's time. Hello， 我要张远记美式，冰的大杯。那你可以帮我加1份燕麦奶吗？加1份燕麦奶。谢谢。少冰奶。会员。还有载具。不用现金好了。Excessive second coffee of the day. However, this one is like had to be the final. So where I'm sitting now, I've literally sat here every Saturday and Sunday. Basically this cafe's like mascot is this little dude, and they call him Beano, and I just find it really funny because like Joan away in Ireland we give people nicknames by just taking a syllable off their name and adding an O. Me and Beano there. I would like to think I've travelled to a good few countries, but particularly since I've discovered a love for oat milk lattes. I'm just going to list out the countries that I've had oat milk lattes in. Dubai, Bali, sorry you're smiling at me, cutie. Obviously Taiwan, Ireland, Bali, well that's not a country, Indonesia, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore. Like I can literally list so many countries that I've had oat milk lattes in, and I swear to God, nothing beats this oat milk latte. Whatever it is about their coffee beans with oatly milk works beautifully. And if you don't believe me, you're going to have to come to Taipei City and get yourself a can of oat milk latte, because they just hit different. Like, and that's actually made me fall out of love with oat milk lattes in other places in the world. I just don't even bother anymore because they're just not going to beat this one. I was doing fine, wasn't I? Like no tears, you know, I was feeling very at peace. Like the tears are all gone, I've spent weeks crying. But just now I was crossing the road to come to my second favourite place to walk, and I saw this girl on the bike and I was like, and she was like, and it was one of my past students, one of my favourite past students. And I just gave her a big hug and I was like, I am so happy to see you. And we just had a little chat and she was like, Taiwan will always be here. And I think it just like reminded me of that chapter. Like I taught in Taiwan for 5 years. Past 2 years I haven't been teaching. Past year really. And I miss it so much. Like I didn't leave it because I didn't like it. And you know, I'm not going to go all deep on it, but like couple hours before I'm about to get on my flight to leave Taiwan forever to see one of my favourite past students like that just randomly on the street. Like I really appreciated that moment. Like I needed that. Like it was just lovely to get reminded of that chapter of my life in Taiwan, you know. It's my second favourite place to walk. I think it is absolutely stunning. It's like the Angeles, isn't it? Just did an hour and a half of work. I just want to get back to all client check-ins and all that as usual. Like I just don't think that my clients check in. Anything in my life, personal life, shouldn't affect the quality of my service to my clients, if that makes sense. And I really appreciate about myself that I'm able to like when I do check-in responses, I really get into like a flow. And I love it. Love it so much. And that's what Tuesdays are for. I'm going to show you what we're dealing with here. My flight is in like 4 hours, but I want to go eat. This is什么？
这个是芒果红茶，它为了你特别调的。
哦，谢谢你。
我们来记录一下最后一天。
谢谢你们。So funny, like I purposely blocked off this day to spend it alone. Doing all my favourite things. Like I've seen all my friends over the past couple of weeks, so many dinners, lunches, everything. But just there you might have seen that they took a picture with me. I didn't go to that place that often, but I always had lots of chats with them when I went. And then they insisted on paying for the meal, like the meal was free. That is so kind of them. Like it's a business, do you know what I mean? And obviously I tried to insist on paying, but they were having none of it. So cute though. Like I feel like my last day is just like loads of lovely, lovely moments. It's like a Taiwanese tradition that I've never gotten used to because it's like 33 degrees and then there's like little fires everywhere. But as far as I know, it's their way of honouring their ancestors. Like they like burn money so that their ancestors are like living a good life. That's what I've been told. So if any Taiwanese people are watching this and I'm wrong, then it wasn't me. 足球，爱尔兰足球。
哦，最近在打足球杯耶。
是很特别的足球，是对爱尔兰独特的。
哦，
Yeah，
爱尔兰
是你要用手的。Yeah。
有啊，但是爱尔兰没去过。
哦，
但是我有听我哥哥讲过。
是吗？在打水的话，他们都会在乎你的声调跟口语之类的。但是我发现，其实我在外面讲话的时候，我知道我的声调没有很好，但是你还可以听得懂，
听得懂，
是听得懂就好了吧？
对啊，听得懂。
No, girls, that was absolute carnage. The whole thing. Like last time I was talking, I was so smug with how seamless everything was going. And then I remember I was like, oh, I forgot to stop my phone contract. And I was like, oh, it's grand now. Those things never really go well. But I couldn't have imagined it to have went that badly. But you know, it's so fun when you're speaking. But like if I was doing that in English, I'd be like impatient or whatever. I don't mean I'd be rude or anything, but I'd be like, oh, come on. But when you're speaking Chinese, it's kind of fun. It's always an experience. I looked at myself today though in the mirror and I was like I don't look well. Like I don't know what that is under my eye. Like look how tired I look. Oh, that's fun. This is like Inception. That's the camera I'm recording on. Like leaving Taiwan has been such a hard decision, but the right one. And I get a lot of solace from that. I learned that at a very young age. Sometimes the hard thing and the right thing are the same. Like I came to peace with the decision. I promised myself I wasn't going to get stressed, like promised myself. But sure, like it's always going to be a bit stressful, do you know? But I did not anticipate me having 57 kg. I had bought 50 kg and then I had to add another like 7. I don't even want to talk about the price. Like I just paid the money. Like I was like, here's my Revolut card, I'm not looking. And little do they know, this cabin bag is, I'd say it's 20 kg. And here, I got a little teddy bear hanging out of this bag. Like, it's a shit show. But in true Taiwan fashion, the gate is the most random thing I've ever seen. Also, why am I taking the stairs? Well, I'm taking the stairs because I always say on Instagram that if you can take the stairs, you should, but not when you're carrying 20 kg worth of stuff. I have Greek yogurt in my bag to eat. I'm not going to have the airplane food because I don't feel great after the past couple of days of saying goodbyes dinners. So I'm not going to have the airplane food. And I need to hydrate. I have not had enough water today at all. Okay. Thanks for spending the day with me. There was one thing I was thinking earlier that I wanted to say. I was like, oh, this is kind of related to health and fitness. So many memories in this airport, like it's honestly ridiculous. I've literally been in and out of this airport for 7 years. Oh, electrolytes. So last week it was really hot in Ireland. I don't think I'd one client whose scale weight didn't spike up. And it was also really hot in Taiwan. Very hot and humid. And just something I regularly put out on Instagram is like, we often have an association that to be hydrated it's just water. But actually it's water and electrolytes. And the majority of people in normal times get enough electrolytes through their food. You know, like the berries on your breakfast, the salt on your food, the vegetables, like all of that will be enough electrolytes if you live in like a normal climate and you exercise like a normal person. But when things are abnormal or extreme and you're not acclimatized, let's say, so let's say like you're extremely active all of a sudden or it's extremely hot all of a sudden, that's when you need to make sure that you're getting enough water but also enough electrolytes. And I do often see like clients just start lowering the electrolytes into them, but they then don't have enough water to complement that. And vice versa. Sometimes they start lowering the water into them, but they don't have enough electrolytes to complement that. I literally have an electrolyte every morning. I won't when I head back to Ireland now because the temperatures seem to be about 14 degrees. But not being hydrated will then cause your body to hold on to the water that's in it because it's obviously not going to let the water go if it's not hydrated enough. And then you end up bloated and holding water. So I just wanted to give that little top tip, and it's something I'm very conscious of now. Flying, I just know I'm going to feel minging for like 3 or 4 days, but sure look, first world problems. Okay, I need to go be alone with Taiwan. The taxi driver the whole way here was so talkative, which was so cute, and it was a lovely experience, and he said so many lovely wise things to me in like old Chinese idioms. It was very nice. Kind of needed it. And he actually called me. He let me off at the airport and then he called me about 15 minutes later and he's like, I just wanted to say that was such a nice drive, and Taiwan, I'm so grateful for people like you coming to Taiwan and learning Chinese, and best of luck, and you remind me of my daughter. And it was just lovely. So it was a nice last taxi, and it stopped me from being sad, because other than that I would have put music in my ears and looked out the window and pretended I was in a movie and cried. نشكركم على استماعكم ونتمنى لكم رحلة Oh, I'm home. I got home like 5-6 hours ago. Dad picked me up and we had breakfast in the airport. It was lovely because I was able to have a real good chat with Dad. Dad is like my best friend, and obviously he understands me so much and he really listens to me. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't just sit there and like he listens, and he like critically thinks a lot of what I say, and he plays devil's advocate, and he's a really great guy. So we had a nice breakfast together up in the airport, and then he drove me home. As we were nearing the Aldi, kind of close to where I live, I was like, do I have enough energy to go into Aldi? And then I was like, yeah, I do. Actually, going into Aldi gives me energy. So I went into Aldi and got a few bits. Yeah, I had a Greek yogurt bowl and some of my mom's brown bread, and now I'm home doing some work. And sorry, I was just like covering up a client's name. I just had a call. I just have a few later check-ins to get back to. And then tomorrow I literally have like 6 calls back to back and I can't wait. So I'm proud of myself for getting through those couple of days now. Because the busiest days for me with work are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday essentially. Kind of lucky because I got an extra Wednesday, if that makes sense, because I flew back in time. So I like gained 8 hours of my life, if you know what I mean. So like I'm like replying to clients, I'm like, so sorry it's late, but actually it's like kind of went back in time, you know, time traveled. But I'm really proud of myself for like getting through that work and just getting through the past 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't open up about any of this on Instagram because it's a business page. Like it's not about my personal life. Then like yesterday I was getting messages from clients. They were like, you moving home? And I was like, oh, I want to share with people, but I don't want to talk about myself. So I suppose YouTube gives me a slight outlet to share these kind of things. But no, the past 4, 5, 6 weeks has been emotionally a lot, but that doesn't mean it's negative. And I think that that's something I've really had to learn of, like, just because the tears are coming out doesn't mean I'm sad. It's just very emotional. The ending of a huge chapter. And I feel like I kind of said this at the start of this video, but I also remember after that I was walking along with my coffee and I was like, I think you were just half asleep for that whole intro. And also my morning voice is not a vibe. Like I sound like a boy. I don't even know where to start. I could never even try to put it into words. And that's why I actually have stopped trying, because I can't put it into words. But I arrived in Taiwan, 110 kg. My hair had fallen out, all like in around the front of my hair had fallen out. I had chronic cystic acne and I was really mentally down, which scared the shit out of me because I never struggled with my mental health. And I just remember that time being like, what is this? And Taiwan for 7 years did nothing but welcome me with open arms. I'm a permanent resident there now. Very grateful to have got the opportunity to apply for that and have gotten it. In 7 years, sorry, why am I doing this? This is 7 in Chinese. They count like, they don't count like we do. They count like that. And then 6, 7, 8. I can't do 9. And then 10. I need 2 hands for 10. Anyways, 7 years in Taiwan. Not once did I have a bad experience. Like, let me repeat that. 7 years in a city of millions of people, in a country of 23 million people. Not once did I feel threatened, scared, unsafe. And on top of that, I'm going off on a right spiel here, but for people who find this interesting, like, you know, you will obviously listen. There's like a deeper layer to that I feel like gets overlooked. Like when I'm walking around other cities, even in Asia, that aren't as safe, or even walking around like my hometown here in Ireland or Dublin here in Ireland, anything like that, you're walking around with one eye, I was about to say one eye open, both eyes open and eyes in the back of your head. You're aware, like even walking down wherever I live, like you're always aware. Maybe that's me being dramatic, but personally I don't always feel the safest in Ireland walking alone. Taiwan is like always voted one of the top 3 safest countries in the world. But like, let's say I go meet my friends on a Wednesday night for dinner and then I'll walk home half an hour. I'm walking home and I am thinking about what I'm going to do when I get home, stuff about the business, what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I need to do, thinking about something my friend said. Like all my headspace is going towards me and my life. Whereas here I'd be thinking like, was that a noise? Does that man look weird? Should I cross the road? Like, does that make sense? Like Taiwan gave me so much space to just grow. And on top of that, there was a never-ending amount of work to be got in Taiwan, which meant when I started this business in February 2024, by April or May 2024, I had 8 clients. And I don't know why I had this like big delusional energy that I was going to make this work. I mean, actually what am I on about? It wasn't delusional because it's worked. It's working. But I was able to then leave my full-time teaching job knowing I was about to get permanent residency. Well, about to apply for permanent residency and hopefully get it. And just pick up subbing bits. And I supplemented the first year of coaching with subbing. And it was an unlimited amount of subbing. Like I could have been subbing every single day if I wanted. And not even just subbing, like I was lecturing for a while in a university. I was like helping judge story writing contests, stuff like that, drama competitions. Like there's so much work to pick up. And then May 2025 or April 2025, I called it because it was getting in the way of coaching. But Taiwan gave me the opportunity and the freedom and the space to be able to leave my full-time job and start this business and set up something new. I lost 25 kg there. I went to Taiwan, wasn't even, like, never played football. I played a bit in Beijing, but like I could barely run or move around the pitch. And then I just went from strength to strength, both on and off the pitch with the club. Became secretary, hosted 2 international tournaments, became captain, was captain for 2.5 years. We got to the Junior Cup final in 2024, but we didn't win. But, you know, that's sport. Yeah, it's all because of Taiwan. And I actually went to Taiwan not for good reason, if that makes sense. I went off the back of a really bad experience that happened to me. And I had a job in Korea and I had flights booked to Korea, job got, everything like that. And I was supposed to just go to Taiwan for a week, and that turned into 7 years. And those 7 years, ended yesterday. And it's devastating, but it's the right thing. And basically, just to put it concisely, I was made in Taiwan. Okay, I'm going to go now because I look terrible. I haven't even had a shower. I got straight into work when I got off the flight. Well, after my brown bread. But I have an exciting couple of days ahead. I'm doing Trica with a client. I think I've said that like 3 times. If you've gotten this far in the video, seriously, thank you so much for listening. I feel my life is boring, but then sometimes I'm like, I just want to document this all for my future self. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Okay, bye.